The ground is silent, but it remembers. Beneath the frozen soil of the Arctic, beneath layers of ice that have not melted for thousands of years, lie the shadows of giants. Creatures so large that the earth once trembled under their steps. Creatures that ruled an entire age. Today, only their bones remain, their fur, their tusks, and their story. This is not the tale of a sudden apocalypse, not of a single fire from the sky, not of one final day. This is the story of how the mammoths vanished. Slowly, quietly, step by step, while the world around them changed forever. Once, the northern hemisphere was a kingdom of ice. Endless frozen plains stretched from Western Europe to the far edges of Siberia. The wind carved waves into the snow. The sun hung low and cold. And across this white world moved herds of woolly mammoths. They were living mountains, 3 meters tall at the shoulder, wrapped in thick brown fur, a massive layer of fat beneath their skin, protecting them from deadly cold. Small ears to conserve heat, and tusks that curved like ancient scythes, sometimes longer than 4 meters. They were not alone. Woolly rhinoceroses thundered across the steppe. Giant bison grazed in vast numbers. Saber-toothed cats stalked in the shadows. Cave bears ruled the forests. The Ice Age was not empty. It was overflowing with life. And among all these giants walked a small, fragile creature, human beings. For early humans, mammoths were not legends. They were survival. A single kill meant food for weeks, fat for fire, skins for clothing and tents, bones for tools and shelters, tusks for weapons and art. Entire homes were built from mammoth bones, covered in hides. Their images were carved into cave walls across Europe and Asia. They were hunted, feared, respected, and studied. For thousands of years, mammoths and humans shared the same frozen world. But the Earth never stays still. Around 12,000 years ago, the climate began to shift. Not suddenly, not violently, but relentlessly. Temperatures rose, glaciers retreated, sea levels climbed. The great dry steppes began to vanish. Grasslands turned into forests. Frozen plains became swamps and rivers. The food that mammoths depended on slowly disappeared. Their bodies were built for cold, dry winds and endless winter. But the world was becoming warmer, wetter, and greener. Migration routes that had existed for generations were broken by water and mud. Calves struggled to find enough food. Herds were forced into smaller and smaller territories. And with warmth came new enemies: parasites, insects, diseases that once could not survive the cold. A single year might have seemed normal, but across centuries, the damage was irreversible. Herds shrank, populations fragmented, entire regions fell silent. At the same time, humans were changing too. Their tools improved, their coordination improved, their knowledge of animal behavior grew sharper. A mammoth could kill a man with one charge, but a frightened herd could be driven into traps, cliffs, frozen lakes, swamps. Humans did not wipe out mammoths alone, but wherever humans expanded, the great animals began to disappear. Climate reduced their world. Hunting increased their deaths. Small populations became fragile. It was a perfect storm. Some mammoths survived longer than others. Isolated groups found refuge on distant islands, such as Wrangel Island in the Arctic. There, smaller dwarf mammoths lived thousands of years after their mainland relatives had vanished. But isolation has a price. Low genetic diversity, higher vulnerability to disease, no room for recovery, one harsh winter, one epidemic, one generation too few. And even these last giants were gone. The final mammoth did not know it was the last. It walked. It searched for food. It endured the cold. Then it died. And an entire lineage that had ruled the planet for hundreds of thousands of years ended in silence. Yet the story did not vanish. The ice preserved them. In Siberia and Alaska, frozen ground has revealed mammoths almost intact. Not just skeletons, but fur, skin, eyes, stomach contents, even blood. Animals that lived, breathed, and felt fear during storms are now found emerging from melting permafrost, as if time itself had opened. For scientists, they are time capsules. Their DNA reveals their ancestry. Their teeth record the climate. Their stomachs reveal ancient plants. And their genes raise a disturbing question. Today, we can read their genetic code. Some researchers are attempting to reintroduce mammoth traits into modern elephants. Thicker fur, more fat, cold resistance. Not resurrection, but reconstruction. Some see it as restoration, others as a dangerous experiment. But the deeper meaning remains the same. We now possess the power to erase species, and the power to reshape them. The mammoths did not disappear because of one disaster. They vanished because of accumulation. Climate change, habitat loss, hunting pressure, shrinking populations, genetic collapse. The same pattern is unfolding today. Rhinos, elephants, tigers, polar bears. To us, they are normal. To future generations, they may be museum skeletons. Just as mammoths once were ordinary to our ancestors. When you stand before a mammoth skeleton, you are not looking at a monster. You are looking at a family. A mother guiding her calves. A herd crossing frozen plains under storm-filled skies. You are looking at proof that even giants can fall. And at a warning written in bone and ice, the world does not lose its creatures in a single moment. It loses them slowly, while no one is watching. The mammoth's world is gone forever. But their story remains, and it asks us a question we can no longer ignore. Will the animals of today become the legends of tomorrow?